Welcome to another brand new episode of the Epic City. This time, however, we're taking a short trip outside our usual Kolkata. Situated about 170 kilometers from Kolkata, it's a small town on the outskirts of Bolpur called Surul. At the center of Surul is this magnificent palace known as Surul Rajbari, and its history is as grand as any of the Rajbaris that one may find at home in Kolkata. Belonging to the Shorkas of Surul, this palace was built in the 1750s, making it upwards of 250 years old. I know it doesn't look like it, quite possibly because it's still owned as a private building, funded by the descendants of the family that built it. And as a result of that, it is actually quite well maintained compared to other similar buildings in other places. As with other Rajbaris, well, I call it a Rajbari, but in actuality, this belongs to us by Zamindars, specifically the Zamindars of Surul. While the idea of a family of Zamindars in their ridiculously opulent mansion won't necessarily pique my interests, considering I'm from Kolkata, what does interest me is its placement in rural Surul. Surul, at the time of this house's establishment and even now, is rural, and you can come here once and figure that out yourself. So it only lies to be true as to how successful the Sharkars were at monetizing the price of this land and its tenants to create this big of an empire. In all of my research, I could only find one name, Srinivas Sharkar, and I couldn't find a picture of him. Originally surnamed Ghosh from Bardhaman, Srinivas Sarkar travelled to Surul to take advantage of the clothing trade prevalent in this area, backed by the East India Company, of course. Now, I won't delve too deep into the history of the family, as it's always a fight not to disturb the murky waters that is Zamindaris during the empire. Instead, I will now focus on the house itself. The house is almost understated magnificent. It's in its best shape and is adorned beautifully because of the Durga Puja festival, during which I was lucky enough to be able to visit. The architecture itself is very unique. Its scale is larger than the Rajbaris one would usually see in Kolkata. The length is longer than the width, and it's beautifully painted in the sky blue with hints of yellow, red and green. I was told that it's been this way for at least a century. Once inside, the large open area courtyard is where all the festivities take place. That's quite obvious. The layout isn't too different from other Rajbaris in the city. The courtyard is adorned by the Naut Mandir on the north side, a large pillared Naut Mandir in this case, followed by the temple, which is accessible via a set of stairs. This is where the deity of Durga is kept and worshipped. If you want to visit Surul Rajbari, travel to Bolpur and include this as part of your day trip itinerary. It's only about a 20-minute drive from the town centre. If you don't have private transport, I'm sure the friendly Totos will be happy to take you along. On a separate note, I've recently started an Instagram where I post related updates to these videos. It is also the only place where you can reach out to me, especially if you have interesting places to suggest. The link is down below. As usual, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.